Welcome back to another episode of LOFT TALK. This is episode 7. I hope y'all doing all right. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for subscribing. Today I want to talk about these caps that we put on ourselves sometimes, right? We operate by time in society. We operate by schedule. We operate by hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, centuries, right? I think a lot of times the most common measurement that we use is a year, right? We say, okay, the new year comes along, it's January, so we just experienced that. And you're like, this year I'm going to do doom, and I'm going to have it all done by December 31st. And I think sometimes that can be a mistake, and sometimes that can do harm. That can do more harm than good, right? Don't put a 12-month cap on yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you have a huge goal, like a long-term goal, or maybe it's in between long-term and short, and you really want to achieve it, but you put a 12-month cap on yourself, you may feel defeated by December 31st and feel like I'm a failure. I never get anything right. When that's not true, you put that 12-month cap on it. God didn't put that 12-month cap on it. You know what I'm saying? The universe didn't lead you to a 12-month cap. You decided to put that 12-month cap on it. So, and I'm not saying don't set goals and don't set deadlines for yourself, but understand that your deadlines are flexible, and not flexible in the sense of like never attempt to meet your deadlines or never or end up shooting for your deadline. But every time you miss it, you're moving it constantly. Like, be real with yourself and assess your situation and understand know the difference between being lazy and procrastinating and then actually trying your hardest to get this done by this time, and then it just didn't work out that way because that's just not how it was meant to happen, or that's just not how it happened, right? That's what I mean by that. Like, you put a 12-month cap on, okay, I'm going to save this amount of money by this time, and then you don't, and you feel like a failure. I just want y'all to understand that you don't have to feel like a failure because you didn't get to that point within that 12 months, right? Our purpose and our goals, and if you're a very purpose-driven person and you're a spiritual person and you talk to God and you believe that God is still the purpose in you, our purpose doesn't necessarily operate on a 12-month calendar. You get what I'm saying? Our purpose is our purpose infinitely, at least in this earthly realm, your earthly life, your earthly lifetime, right? Your purpose is going to be served. As long as your intent is to serve your purpose and your intent is to get in line and you're getting as aligned as possible, don't feel so defeated when you don't complete whatever it is in that deadline of 12 months, in that deadline of 6 months, 3 months, 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that defeat you. Okay, you didn't do it within this 4 weeks. You still got another 4 weeks coming to you. Another 4 weeks after that. God willing, even more months. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel defeated. These caps that we put on ourselves can sometimes make us feel like we're never going to make it. You know what I'm saying? We're never going to succeed. We're never going to complete that thing is that we want to complete, or those things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from experience. A lot of times on New Year's Eve or around that time, I look back on the year and I'm like, damn, the beginning of this year, I told myself I was going to do these 4 things. I did none of them. And while it's debatable on how much effort I put in, I could go back and analyze every single day if I could, you know what I'm saying? I would. But it's not really about that. It's about what are you going to do from this day moving forward, right? And who's to say it's not going to come just because you didn't do it last year or the year before or the year before that, right? I've had fitness goals. Honestly, I remember when I first ever made a true genuine fitness goal that I was like very hungry and very ready to make it to. It was the summer before my freshman year of high school, and I knew I was getting older, and I knew that like I wanted to look like I was getting older. So I made up in my mind I'm going to have chiseled, rock solid abs by the time freshman orientation or orientation day, whatever it is in high school, comes around. I'm going to be fit. I'm going to have a nice fit body. And I didn't reach that goal by then. I went hard though. I did the best I could, especially not knowing all that I know now about the gym and working out and health and nutrition and all of that. I was pretty dedicated. I will pat myself on the back for being dedicated. But I didn't reach it. And I remember ever since then, I would make new fitness goals and I would redo them every year and I would never reach them. To be honest, now I still have not reached my fitness goal, but that's because I've allowed certain things to distract me or throw me off. And yeah, I know life has its ups and downs, and I'm not saying, I'm not being hard on myself when I say I've let things distract. Oh, Jackson be doing like crazy stuff in his dreams. He be running in his dreams, drinking water in his dreams, a lot of stuff. So that's what y'all just heard. But yeah, like I said, I'm not being hard on myself when I say I've let stuff distract me or throw me off my game. I'm just being honest and taking responsibility. There are things that, that have come up in life where it's like, yeah, it makes sense that threw you off. That makes sense. You shouldn't feel bad about being thrown off from that and maybe even being down and possibly depressed during that situation, because that makes sense. That was a hard situation, right? But I also had to take responsibility and understand that in a sense it was my choice. You know what I'm saying? It was my choice to allow that to distract me, because realistically, I could have decided to still stick to my fitness goals or whatever goals I had at the time and push through that. Well, some say that depending on the situation, that may sound absurd. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's still my responsibility. I still have to take, accountability for the fact that did distract me or that did throw me off my game and stop me from reaching my goal at that time, right? But anyway, yeah, I've started over on my fitness goals so many times. I've taken breaks from the gym and gone back, and it's been the summer before my freshman year of high school was over 10 years ago. I know that. It was over 10 years ago. So it's funny to look back because it doesn't seem like it was that long. And it's like, dude, I technically started my fitness journey, at least my desire and my hunger to get there over 10 years ago. And all these years later, I'm still not where I want to be. Now, I'm not gonna act like I ain't made no progress. I've made some progress, but I say that to say I'm starting right here, right now, today, to move forward and look forward to the future and understand that I'm still alive, I'm still breathing, God willing. I'm gonna still be alive and breathing years and 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 years to come. You know what I'm saying? Today marks the start of the rest of my life. I'm still here. I still have time and opportunity to complete that goal, to reach that goal. And that's what I want to say to y'all. Don't put those caps on yourself, because if I put a cap on myself, I would have been done like a long time ago. Been done forever ago. But yeah, that's all I wanted to tell y'all today. I hope y'all are having a great week. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Comment what you feel about this topic. Comment if you disagree or agree with anything I've said. And if you got some advice for me, put it in the comments. Follow me on social media. It's in the description box below. And y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great morning. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.